13.3 is wrong. It is supposed to be RM 1133. Okay, salah decimal point je. Nanti check balik. Okay, 1133. Okay, what is meant by this? Okay, that means, right? Okay, look here, girls. Keep the money for 5,200. After 8 years, the return that this person will get from the bank is 2496. Okay, so that means after 8 years, kalau dia kata after 8 years, find the total money in the bank. Okay, kalau dia kata total, then you have to add lah 5200 plus 2496 if they ask for the total. Okay, kalau dia kata just find the value of the interest, then your answer should stop here at 2496. Okay? All right. So now let's look at this one. Okay, the next one, So next one, we're going to look at the concept of compound interest. Okay, so write down the formula first. It is MV equals to P 1 plus R over N and T. Okay, not to worry because this formula will be given in exam. Cuma my main concern is, okay, students don't know how to use the formula and students don't know how to press the calculator. Okay, all right, so this MV stands for mature value. Okay, nilai matang. Mature value. Okay, P again is the amount of money that this person put inside the bank, which is called the principal. Okay, 1, memang 1 is the formula, girls. Okay, 1 is the formula. This is the formula of rate. Okay, RATE. Okay, rate. Tapi I'm not going to discuss about that lah. So 1 is actually one of the formula for rate. R is what? R is the rate in percentage. Okay, so let's say you have 5%, you're going to write 0.05 over N. Okay, all right, so N is what? N is the number of times, okay, number of times, okay, it is compounded. Okay, what is that? Of course lah, the interest is compounded. Okay, the higher value of N, okay, the higher the N, the better. Okay, if compare lah, okay, let's say N equals to 2 and N equals to 6. Okay, so that means the higher the N, you will get higher return. You get more interest, okay, compared to N equals to 2. Okay, so this N on the top here for the power, same thing. It is number of the, apa ni? What is this? Number of times. Aduh, cannot read my handwriting. Okay, so again, this N is number of times it is compounded and this T is years, time in years. Okay, all right. So when to use the MV formula, girls? Okay, so to use the MV formula, you can ingat, okay, when they ask you the maturity value, okay, and the biggest tip is when you see with the biggest clue when you see the word compounded, okay, or compounding, okay, sama sahaja. Then you straight away go to the formula sheet and look for this formula. Okay, so now the question is you have to calculate what's the matured value at the of the saving at the bank that offers a compound interest to its depositors. All right, so we have principal of 5,200, interest rate of 6%, and the total amount, the total period that this person keep the money is for 8 years. And it is compounded 3 times per year. So you see the word compounded, you see mature value. Okay, you write down the formula first. P 1 plus R over N and T. Okay, so find mature value, that means you are finding MV. Okay, P is the amount of money that he put inside the bank, which is 5200. So this is 1. So what's the rate? Rate, you change to decimal, 6 divided by 100, you get what? 0.06. Okay, over N. Okay, so this is where students always make mistake. Okay, compounded 3 times a year. Okay, so I put the calendar here again. 3 times a year, that means it is divided, all the 12 months divided into 3 parts. Because 3 times per year, what? This is the first time, this is the second time, this is the third time. So N equals to 3. Okay, so in every cycle, we have 4 months. Okay, so the interest will be compounded every 4 months. Okay, total N equals to 3. Okay, so far okay. Kalau tak faham terus tanya. So my N equals to 3 here, and my N again same value, and the T is amount of money that this person keep the money in the bank for 8 years. Okay, now let me teach you how to press the calculator. Okay, I hope you're ready with your calculator. Okay, first, okay, you press 0.06 divided by 3. Okay, equal sign plus 1. Okay, equal sign So equal sign and then you press, kejap I tekan lah, I takut nanti awak tak perasan. Don't know how to do. Wait, let me take up my calculator first. It's my calculator. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing for a while. Okay, so there I have my calculator. Okay, so let's press the calculator. So we have 0.06, okay, divided by 3. Okay, I press equal sign. And then plus 1, equal sign again. Okay, so this 1.02 is actually the value inside the brackets. Okay, so for the power, you press the power button. Okay, so this is my power button. Okay, and then you press, okay, 3 times 8 is 24 lah. So to the power of 24. Equal sign again. Okay, so this answer is for the one inside the bracket and you power it with 24. Okay, all right, so next, you press the answer button. Okay, so this answer button is referring to 1.608 multiply with the number outside the brackets, which is 5,200. Okay, all right. So you have 8,000 something here. Okay, remember, please bear in mind that this is money. Okay, if it is money, your answer must be written in 2 decimal places. Okay, so how do we write that? Okay, I have to stop sharing. So make sure you get this answer. Siapa yang tak dapat? You can raise up your hand so I can explain again. Okay, you cannot find the answer. Okay, let me explain again. All right. So first, 0.06. Alamak. Okay, press 0.06. Okay, divided by 3. Divided by 3. Okay, got it? Okay, plus with 1. Plus 1. Okay, so for okay, so this 1.02 is the value inside the brackets. Okay, please do not multiply this number with 5,200. Cannot, because under the concept of BODMAS, you have to solve the O first. What is O? O stands power of. What is power of? Power of is if you have if you have a power of something, when you have a square root, when you have cube roots, okay, you have to solve that one first. That's why 1.02, okay, you press to the power of, okay, so now you have 3 and 8 outside the brackets, right? So 3 times 8 will give you 24, isn't it? So you press 24. You press equal sign. So this answer is for the one inside the brackets to the power of 24. Okay, now this value multiply with 5,200. Okay, so this is the amount of money that you get lah. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing the calculator. Okay, kejap alamak. Okay, kejap Okay. Okay, so I'm going to write the answer in 2 decimal places. And of course, this is money. You have to put RM lah. So RM 8363.87. Okay, so what does it mean by this value? Okay, listen carefully. So at first, this person put the money. At first, this person deposit 5,200 inside the bank. Okay, for how many years? For 8 years. So in that 8 years, okay, every year, okay, the interest will be compounded 3 times. Okay, so that means 8 times 3 will be 24 times lah, right or not? So that means in that 8 years, it is compounded for 24 times. That's a lot, you know. Okay, and the interest is 6%. Okay, so after 8 years, the money will increase up to 8,363.87. So within the 8 years, goyang kaki, simpan duit dalam bank, you terus dapat this kind of saving lah, this kind of return. Okay, of course, it is menguntungkan lah. You akan untung lah. Okay, alright. So conclusion, you can write what? Mature value equals to RM 8363.87. Okay, alright. So now let's do the second one together. Okay, so second one, the saving is RM 28,500. Interest rate of 12% is very high. Okay, that's very high. Okay, so next, time is 36 months. 36 months means 3 years lah. Okay, and compound it every 3 months. Okay, so I'm going to use my calendar here. Okay, every 3 months, okay. Now, every 3 months, that means this is the first cycle. Okay, the next 3 months will be this one, the second cycle. The third 3 months will be July to September, and the last cycle will be October to November. So that means we have how many times here? We have 4, isn't it? Kita ada 4 kali. Okay, so that means my n equals to 4. Okay, jangan confuse and don't write n equals to 3. This sentence you have to make sure faham betul-betul how to find the n. Okay, so let's try the formula first. MV equals to P 1 R over N NT. Okay, so what's my P? Of course, the money that this person put inside the bank. So 1 is the formula. Okay, plus R over N. So my R is 12%. When you convert to decimal, you get 0.112. So 0.112, the N is what? The N is 4, girls. So it is 4. So this is 4 and T is 3 years. Okay, so I want you to try press the calculator first. And can someone tell me what's the answer? Okay, you can type in the chat box. Make sure this is 2 decimal places because involving money. Yes, correct. Okay, 40,634.19. Okay, so you write the answer here. RM 40,634 ringgit and 90 cents. So you see, so first, this person keep the money for 28,500. After 3 years, duit dia beranak terus banyak macam ni. Okay, why? Why such a big increment here? Maybe because why? High interest rate. Okay, of course, when you keep the money inside the bank, you want to have higher interest. You nak dapat return yang banyak. Okay, and some more it is compounded 4 times in a year. So in 3 years, 12 times. Okay, compounding will be happen. Okay, all right. Okay, so far boleh. So we finished the first page already. So now let's look at the next one. Okay. A finance company, that means a bank lah, offers compound interest to all its depositors and you have to calculate each of the following, all right? So the principal is 500 and interest rate is only 8%. The time is 5 years or the period is 5 years and interest compounded every year and you have to calculate the accumulated interest, okay? So you see, you don't have any mature value word or the terms inside the question, right? But you see it is compounded here. Accumulated is actually terkumpul. Accumulated is terkumpul, girls. So terkumpul is actually MV lah, mature value. Okay, so this is the 2 keywords. Another keyword that you can add in under compounding interest or compounded interest. Okay, so now let's use the MV equals to P I plus R over N and T. Okay, put the value inside, 500. So the rate is 8%, change to 0.08. And the N, okay, see, interest compounded every year. So every year, that means this is considered one time lah. Okay, so that means it is 1 here. Okay, minimum is 1 time. Okay, N equals to 1. Maximum, I'm not sure. Tapi so far tak pernah lah sampai more than 4 times. Okay, rugilah bank kalau you buat banyak sangat. Okay, if let's say the N is 10 ke, N equals to 12 ke, rugi. Okay, of course bank tak nak rugi. Okay, so now what's the N again? N is 1. And for how many years? For 5 years. Okay, so press the calculator. Okay, can you please write the answer? Okay, in 2 decimal places, answer is RM 734.66. But girls, this is mature value. Okay, this is mature value. So they ask you for the interest. So what's the interest that this person got sebenarnya? Okay, so that means you to find the interest, it is the normal, I mean the MV minus the principal. Okay, so MV minus principal, 734.66 minus the 500. So that means this person will get RM 234.66. Okay, maksud dia apa? Put the money in the bank for 500. Okay, so after 5 years, the money will increase up to 734.66. But please take note that this 734.66 is the summation, okay, hasil tambah, the 500 plus the interest. So how to find the interest? This working lah. The 734.66 minus 500, you get the 234.66. Okay? Okay, 234.66. Okay, teacher, why the interest is so low? Of course, the interest is very low. Why? Because the amount of principal or the amount of money deposited in the bank is very little. Okay, tak sampai 1,000. Of course, you have smaller return. Okay, the more money you put inside the bank, the more interest you will get. Okay, all right. So next, let's look at the next one. Mature value is 21023.49. Interest rate is 7.5%. And the period is for 10 years. Interest compounded quarterly. Interest compounded quarterly. You have to calculate the early principal. So early principal here, that means you're referring to what letter? Can somebody respond? Early principal is referring to what letter? By looking at the formula. Early principal. Very good. Okay. Okay, P. Yes, okay, good. So that means we are going to find P. Okay, I want you to write down the formula first, girls. Write down the formula and write down, put the values inside the formula. Before I write mine, you write yours first. Okay. Compounded quarterly. What does it mean by that? Okay, so I'm going to write MV equals to P, 1 plus R over N, NT. So what's my principal? That's what we're going to find. So what's our mature value? It is 21023.49. Okay, now 1 is the formula. R is 7.5%. Okay, 7.5%, girls. Okay, you divide with 100. So you get what? 0.075. So 0.075 divided by n. Okay, how to figure out the n? Compounded quarterly maksudnya, how to say? Okay, n equals to 4 lah. Okay, n equals to 4. That means four cycles. This is the first, salah. This is the first cycle, second, the third, and the fourth one. Okay, quarterly, that means 1 over 4, 2 over 4, 3 over 4, 4 over 4. This is quarterly. Okay, dalam bahasa Melayu, sukuan. Okay, kalau pemberita cakap, okay, suku pertama tahun 2023. Suku pertama tahun 2023, that means they are referring to January to March 2023. Okay, itu maksud dia. Sekejap view admit. Okay, alright, so now let's look at the next one. Okay, so we know that the number of n is 4. Okay, so this one will be 4. And how many years the person keep the money in the bank? It is 10. Okay, how to press the calculator? Okay, now make sure you're with me, girls. Press 0.075 divided by 4. Okay, 0.075 divided by 4. Next, plus 1. Okay, so I know that you'll get 1.01875, isn't it? Okay, so you press the square sign straight away. Okay, you press the square sign and you know that 4 times 10 will give you 40, right? So you write power of 40. Okay, you press equal sign. Okay, all right. Can you write the answer? What is the answer that you get? Please write in the chat box. I want to see whether you press correctly or not. 0.075 divided by 4. Okay, plus 1. Okay, that answer, you put power of 40. Very good. Okay, good. Okay, most of you give me 5 significant figures, which is very, very good. Okay, you don't give me 3 significant figures. You don't give me 4 The more the better. Tapi jangan panjang-panjang. Enough with 5 significant figures, alright? So, remember that value is actually this one here, right or not? And this calculation is attached to P. So, you have to write 2.1023P. Okay, you see? Because this one here, the one that you calculated just now is for the brackets and for the power. Okay, don't forget to multiply with P. So this one you rewrite lah, 21023.49. So how do you find your P, girls? So P, that means you have to divide both sides with 2.1023. Divide this one with 2.1023. Okay, so what's the P? Press the calculator. Okay, can someone share the answer with me and with your friends? Check, 21023.49. Oh, okay. Okay, any other answer? Okay. Maybe when you press the calculator, dengan I press calculator tak sama tau girls, okay? Tapi tak apa. Because just now you take 2.1023, right? Okay. Macam I tak press a cancel button. I just use the same value. Okay, I just use the same value straight away. Sekejap, let me share my screen. How I press the calculator. Sekejap, stop sharing. Tapi jawapan ni tak salah, jawapan ni betul. Okay, because normally in SPM, they will give you a range. Okay, range for the pemeriksaan lah. Okay, come, let's press the calculator. So 0.075, okay, divided by 4. Okay, plus with 1. Okay, so this is what I get. Okay, square root of, square root to the power of 40. Okay, so you see, this is the value that I get. Okay, tapi most of you, you will take 5 significant figures, which is okay also. Okay, so next, I'm going to divide. Okay, we know that we're going to divide the 21,000 something with this value, right? So we take 21023.49 divided by the answer straight away. So this is the answer that I get. Okay, so if let's say you get this kind of answer, don't worry, this answer is also correct. Okay, alright. Janganlah. Okay, sekejap Okay, sekejap. Alright, so some of you will get 10,000 something. Okay, like mine, I will get 9,099 something. Okay, you tulis whatever value that you have. If let's say you get the 10,000, okay, you write the 10,000 lah. Point berapa tadi? Point. I didn't share. Okay, 0.23. Okay, you can write 0.23. Why I cannot share my screen Okay, can you see what I'm presenting right now? Can you see the notes, girls?
Yes, teacher.
Aduh, janganlah jerit Alisa. Sakit telinga I. Aduh, hai budak ni. Okay, 0.23. Okay, you can write P, okay, by approximation is RM 10,000. Also can. Okay, for those who got the 9,000 something just now, like mine, okay, I get RM 9999.99. Okay, excuse the extra 9 tu Okay, I will write 10,000 like this. Okay? 10,000. Alright. Okay, so settle that part. Okay, so we finished the basic concept of simple interest pula. Yeah, simple interest and also compound interest. Okay, now let's look at the problem solving. Okay, very important. This is very, 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 very important. Okay, so let's look at the question. Encik Sivam deposited 8,500 in a fixed deposit account in a bank for 4 years. And the interest rate is 3.9% per annum. Per annum means per year. So first, we're going to calculate what's the simple interest. Okay, you know the simple interest formula already, right? So I equals to PRT. Okay, jom kita masukkan. What's the P? 8,500. For how many years? For what is the rate? It is 3.9. 3.9%. Press the calculator, girls. What is 3.9 over 100? 3.9 over 100, you'll get, oops. Okay, berapa? You will get, okay, you get 0.039. 0.039. Okay, and what's a T? T is for how many years? For 4 years. Okay, so calculating this will give us RM 1326. Okay, this one if, okay, this person receives simple interest. Okay, if let's say, okay, in the agreement, okay, Encik Sivam choose compound interest. Okay, so we're not gonna use the I equals to PRT. We have to use what? MV equals to P1 plus R over N and T. Why I use this calculation? Because you see, calculate the total compound interest compounded once every 3 months. So you see the word compounded, you see the word compound, we use MV. Okay, what's the P? P is the amount of money that this person put inside the bank, 8,500. Okay, this is one. So what's the rate? Rate is the same thing because actually A and B and C is related. Okay, all in one question. So 3.9% is actually 0.039. So this is why I change my interest to decimal. Okay, because if I put here 3.9 over 100 over n, you will have hamburger fraction. I don't want hamburger fraction. That's why I change it straight away to decimal. So n is once every 3 months. Okay, let's look at our calendar. Every 3 months. So this is the first cycle. This is the second cycle. The third cycle. And this is the fourth one. So that means total how many? The n. The n will be 4, isn't it? So this is 4. So this is 4. And the number of times, number of years is also 4. Okay, press the calculator. I want to see your answer, girls. Come, quickly. Ini penting girls. Penting. For Form 4 and also Form 5. Yeah, very good, Sai. Okay, good, Farisha and Yusin. Okay, so the answer that you will get is RM. Okay, 9927.52. What is this? This is the mature value. Okay, after 4 years, this is the amount of money that this person will get. Okay, but, okay, dia kata apa? Calculate the total compound interest. This is not the value that we want. This is the mature value. What is mature value? The initial money, okay, plus the interest. So now how to find the interest only? So interest will be 9927.52 minus the amount of money that Encik Sivam deposited at first, which is 8,500. So you get RM, okay, calculate, minus these two. So I get 1427.52. Okay, can you see now? The value is more logic because 1,000 plus for each A and B. Okay, so we are comparing now the interest amount only. Okay, that's why we don't use the MV, the 9,927. No, we're not going to use that. Okay, kita nak cari interest sahaja. Okay, that's B, girls. Okay, now let's do C. Okay, C is find the difference in the amount of interest earned in A compared to B. Okay, and I want you to add the question, girls. Okay, and choose, add the question, girls, which method is more profitable. Okay, please add this question in C. Okay, let's calculate the difference first. Okay, so of course, when you want to find the difference, it is always the big number minus a small one. So 1427 minus 52. Okay, 1427.52 minus 1326. Okay, press the calculator. What is 1427.52 minus 1326? We will get RM 101.52. All must be in 2 decimal places if it is decimal. Okay, all right, so this is the difference that we got in question number C, part number 1. Okay, choose which method is more profitable. Okay, girls, which one is more profitable? Mana lagi untung? Which one will give you higher return? Which one? Using the simple interest or compound interest? Obviously, it is what? Senyap, I disconnected ke ni? Okay, simple. Yeah, compound interest. Thank you, Farisha. Okay, so you have to write what? Okay, compound interest, okay, is more profitable. Okay, as it offers interest of RM 1427. Okay, 1427.52 compared to simple interest, okay, which is RM 1326. Okay, soalan ni penting girls. Okay, so we are looking at the difference of the two methods. Okay, which is interest, simple interest, and one more total compound interest. Dua-dua bagus. Okay, dua-dua bagus. Why? Because we have return. We get our return. Okay, bank give us extra money. Okay, after we put into the bank, the money inside the bank for certain period of time. But you have to choose which one is better. Of course lah, as a user, you want a higher return. Betul tak? So that's why we have to use compounding interest or compound interest. Okay? All right, settle that one. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Okay, so next we're going to look at return on investment. Okay, remember what are the three types of investment just now? Okay, so the first one is shares. Okay, second one is unit trust. Okay, and the third one is real property. Real estate, real property pula. Okay, real estate. Okay, real estate is property lah. Okay, contohnya you buy houses, you buy shop houses, you buy apa factory. Okay, so all those are real estate. Okay, so which one of these? Okay, if you still remember, which one of these between shares, unit trust, and real estate? Which one is the most risky investment? Okay, can you tell me what's the answer? Yang paling berisiko sekali. Risiko dia sangat tinggi. You still remember? Okay, I have one answer here, unit trust. Any other answers? Shares. Okay, lagi. Okay, the correct answer, girls, here is shares. Okay, shares ni, girls, it is very risky. Okay, that's why to reduce the risk, okay, people will use cost averaging strategy to buy shares. Okay, because normally all the investors, okay, they will buy shares when the price is low. Okay, masa the price is low ni, they will try to buy as many shares as they can. Okay, so bila price naik and they will start selling all the shares semula. Okay, but okay, even though shares is the most risky one, okay, shares will give you the highest return. Okay, they will give you the highest return compared to these two lah, compared to apa? Unit trust and also real estate. Okay, which one is the least? Okay, I would say low lah, very low risk. Okay, so very low risk is actually unit trust. Okay, why? Because you katakanlah you ada 1,000, okay? 1,000 you dah beli unit trust lah. You can buy unit trust and you just put the money inside the unit trust account. Okay, inside the policy lah. So nanti the agent will update you lah. Okay, they will send you the statement, okay, to see whether you make profit or you make loss. Okay, terpulang kepada keadaan ekonomi semasa. Okay, so that is the least risk lah. Okay, risk yang paling rendah sekali. Okay, I pernah ada unit trust tapi I rasa macam lambat sangat untung, so I jual balik. So I masuk benda lain yang give me more return. Okay, dapat depends lah, maybe my agent tak bagus ke, I don't know lah. Okay, alright, but liquidity level, unit trust is the highest. Why? Because whenever you need money, okay, let's say lah you need money for emergency purpose. Okay, let's say lah you keep the money, or you buy unit trust for maybe 2,000. Okay, whenever you need the money, you can just sell your unit trust and you will get the cash. That's how it works lah. But yang paling low liquidity level is real estate. Maksudnya apa? Of course, you have a property, and some people they buy more than one property, maybe 2 houses or they have 3 houses. Okay, and they want to sell. And they mark up the price to get the profit. Tapi with this kind of economic situation, kita faham this economic situation, economic is not so good. People don't have money. Business is not good. So people don't have money to buy your houses. Okay, so if you need money, katakanlah dalam keadaan sekarang you need money, you have 3 houses, but people don't want to buy your house. How are you going to get the money, right or not? So that's why the liquidity level of a real estate is very, very low. Okay, all right. Unless people are rich and they want to buy your houses, then no problem lah. Okay, so when you invest in shares, unit trust, and also real estate, of course you expect returns, right? Future returns, and this is how you calculate the return. ROI stands for return on investment. It is total return over the initial investment times 100%. Okay, but normally I created my own formula. ROI equals to in minus out over initial, okay, times 100%. Okay, when you have a positive value, Okay, that means you untung lah, you gain profit. Okay, so after you have calculated and you get a negative value, that means you rugi. Okay, loss lah. All right, so now let's look at the first one. Okay, question number one. Haris bought a house. The price of the house is 280,000 and he paid 10% down payment. So if you see the word down payment or deposit, it has the same meaning. Okay, that means you pay advance lah. Okay, so he expected a return of 20% in 10 years. So Encik Haris sold the house at a price of 450,000 after having owned the house for 10 years. So that means he kept the house for 10 years. After 10 years, he wants to sell it. So next, the loan amount amortized to the bank was RM 365,000. What does it mean by this word? That means this person, Encik Haris, already paid to the bank. Okay, dia dah bayar hutang-hutang dia, the loan until up to 365,000. Next, during that period, he managed to earn a rental of 53,000, and these are the other expenses: legal costs, stamp duty, and agent commission. So these three items actually, girls, you have to pay when you want to sell the house. Okay. So now the first one, let's calculate the capital gain. Okay, remember what is capital gain just now when I explained to you in the flow chart? Capital gain is keuntungan modal. Okay, so keuntungan modal for this situation of Haris, it comes from where? It comes from the selling price minus all the expenses. Okay, so write down the formula. Capital gain is selling price, okay, minus all the expenses. Okay. Okay. Now let's calculate. Okay, let's calculate the girls. So first, any down payment? Yeah, down payment. Okay, down payment is 10%. 10% from where? From the original price of the house. What's the original price of the house? It is 280,000. So when I calculate this one, I get RM 28,000. Maksudnya apa, girls? If let's say Encik Haris want to buy the house, the price is 280K, okay, 280,000. He has to prepare such amount, 28,000 to the sales agent. Okay, all right. So that's the upfront payment that he has to pay. Okay, so how about the balance? Balance to when you minus 280,000, 280,000 minus 28,000. Okay, you will get 252,000. So that means this 252 is the amount of money that he will borrow from the bank. The 28,000 is his own money. Maybe from his saving when he sells something and he got the money 20,000 and pay to the agent. Okay. All right. So now, okay, let's get back to the question. Okay. So capital gain is selling price minus all the expenses. Okay. What's the selling price of the house? Okay. He wants to sell the house for 450,000, isn't it? So 45000. Okay. Minus all the expenses. What are all the expenses involved here? Okay. So the expenses are the deposit. Okay. Minus the deposit. What's the deposit? 28,000. Okay. Minus apa lagi? Look at the sentence one by one. Okay. Loan amortized. You have to masukkan sekali lah. Amortized. That means the one that already paid to the bank. 365,000. Okay. What other expenses that you have? Legal costs. Legal costs you have to pay to the agent. To the lawyer. 3,500. Minus stamp duty. Stamp duty of 3,500. Okay, of course, the higher value for the selling price of the house, the higher expenses you have to pay for all this. Okay, minus agent commission because you're asking the agent to sell your house. You're asking for their help. Okay. Okay, so minus this one. So minus this, what do you get? Okay, calculate 450,000. Okay, RM 47,800. So this is the capital gain. Okay. So katakanlah dia dah sell house. Okay, dia dah sell the house. He has to minus all the expenses lah. So what are the expenses? The deposit, okay, amortize, the legal cost, stamp duty, agent commission, and whatever costs involved must be minus here, must be subtracted from the selling price. Inilah keuntungan bersih, okay, by Encik Haris. Okay, all right. Okay. So, tapi very rare lah soalan ni tentang capital gain, but you need to know lah how to do it. Okay, next. Okay, sekejap ya. Okay, Jocelyn. Okay, next one. Okay, next one. Let's look at B. Okay, B. We have to find what's the total return on investment for 10 years. Okay, now let's look at the question. Okay, remember that whatever that we have there. Okay, now kita nak buat, we're going to divide, okay, into in and out. Okay, this is my method, girls. In is whatever money that he got. Out is whatever money that he spent on. Okay, so in this case, first Haris bought the house at 280,000. Okay, so I cannot write 280,000 under out. I cannot do that. Okay, because why? We have the 10% down payment and we have the amortized amount here. Okay, so tak boleh, girls. So what I can put here in under out is the deposit. You see, this is 10% deposit or down payment. So what's the 10%? It is 28,000. Okay, apa lagi yang out? Okay, jap He expected a return of 20%. Okay, this one KIV first lah. Okay, next, he sold the house for 450,000. So when he sold the house, he will get the money, isn't it? So that means when money come in, you have to put it under in. So sell is 450,000. Okay. Next, the loan amount amortized to the bank. So this one means what? That means you're paying to the bank lah. You melunaskan you punya hutang. Okay, pinjaman you. So what's the amount? It is 365,000. So I'm going to write here, loan amortized. Okay, 365000. Dia nampak susah, girls, tapi dia tak susah. Okay, you just follow my method in and out. Okay, next. During that 10 years period, he managed to earn rental of 53,000. That means dia sewakan rumah tu. Of course, maybe dia tak duduk rumah tu, dia sewakan rumah tu for 53,000. 53,000 is for that total 10 years tau. Okay, so this one rental. Of course, I put under in. Why? Because this is the source of income for Haris. Okay, so next, any more expenses inside here? No more. Okay, but we have the expenses inside the table. So the legal cost, stamp duty, and agent commission, as I mentioned just now, it is to be paid to the agent. Okay, so and also the lawyer. So legal cost is 3,500. Stamp duty also same thing. Okay, and agent commission is 2,200. Okay, all right. So any more? No more. So let's calculate. Okay, how to calculate? Press the calculator. We're gonna find what is the total in. Okay, so 450,000 plus with 53,000, you get RM 503,000. Okay, so that's total in. Let's find total out. Okay, I write down here, girls. Okay, what's the total out? Press the calculator. Can I have the answer? Can you please write it in the chat box? We need to know what's the total out. Total money spent. Okay, anyone? Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, so answer is RM 402 200. Okay, so how to find the total ROI? Okay, so ROI is, I use my own formula, in minus out over initial. Initial ialah pelaburan asal. Okay, times 100%. So what's my in? My in just now was 503,000. Okay, what's my out? 402,200 over initial. Okay, initial mana, girls? Okay, this is the initial one. He bought the house for 280,000. Okay, this is the original amount. So I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to scroll down. Okay, 280,000 times with 100%, girls. Okay, all right. Can you please try? Press the calculator. Okay, write down the answer, please. 36. Yes, very good. 36. Okay. The rest of you, did you get 36 or not? Okay, so I repeat, in minus out over initial amount or initial investment times 100%, you get 36. So as long as you have a positive value here, that means we can say that this person is making profit. Okay, but we have to answer C. Okay, did Haris achieve his expectation to get a return of 20%? Of course, because he received what? 36% already, which is more than his expectation, right or not? Okay, so you write what? Yes, because he achieves, okay, 30%, 36% on the ROI. Okay, dah lah untung. And then more than the expectation. Okay, so if you have negative, that means you are making loss lah. You tak untung lah. I tak jawab B eh. Alamak I. Okay, B girls. I skip lah. A straight away go to C. Okay, B. Find Haris total return on investment. Okay, total return, very easy. It's part of the formula of the ROI tadi, which is in minus out. Okay, so what's the in? In just now was 503000 minus 402200. So this is the total return. Okay, so it is 100,800. Okay, 100,800. So total return is actually part of the formula in ROI. It is the top one here. Okay, sama saja. That's total return. Okay. Okay, jom kita buat sama-sama for the next question kita kena express sikit sebab I takut tak sempat. Okay, next. Same thing. Okay. After retiring from the army, Major Fazil bought a terrace house price at 350,000. Okay, you read the question first Sekejap, I nak buat to sneeze. Okay, he paid 10% deposit. Okay. The balance was paid through loan. Okay, that's what I kata. Normally, we have to prepare the deposit first. Okay. Then the balance baru you apply from the bank for loan lah. Okay, the housing loan ni can be 20 years, it can be 25 years, 30 years or 35 years. Okay. Alright, so the loan repayable in installment of 4,000 per month. Okay, so this is the amount of money that has to pay lah to the bank. Okay, once he got the key, he rented the house for 1,500 a month. So rented, that means this is a source of income and should be put under in. Over renting period, he made restoration. Restoration, that means renovation lah, over the cost of 8,500. After 5 years, he decided to sell the house for 500,000. Okay, here are the expenses involved in the selling process. Stamp duty, agent commission need to be paid to the agent, and lawyer costs or legal costs, which is 8,000. Okay, first let's count what is the amount of agent commission here. So agent commission must be 2%, the percentage multiplied by the selling price of the house. So he decided to sell the house for how much, girls? It is 500,000, right? Okay, so when you calculate this, you get berapa? Okay, you get 10,000. Banyak so 5,000, 10,000 and also 8,000. Okay, now we are going to divide this situation into two parts, the in and the out. Okay, can you tell me what's the first in? Cuba unmute lah sebab susah lah I nak tengok chat box. Okay, which one is the in? Tak nak tengok in dulu lah, kita tengok ni. Okay, Major Fazil bought a terrace house at 350,000. Okay, but can we put 350,000 inside? Cannot, because we have to consider the deposit and any loan that he paid. So 350,000 tak termasuk. Okay, now 10% deposit. In or out, girls? In or out? In or out? Hurry up. Cepat ni, tak sempat nanti. Out, alah nak tulis juga. Susah I nak refer. Okay, out. Yes. So deposit is out. So deposit for how much? Okay, let's calculate that deposit. Deposit is 10% of the original price of the house, which is 350,000. Okay, berapa tu? You get 35,000. So there's a lot of money, eh? So 35,000 he has to prepare before buying the house. Okay, next, the loan repayable in installment is 4,000 per month. Okay, so now let's calculate. So this is installment, eh? So 1 month he paid 4,000. This is for a month. But now we have how many months? Total is 12 months. But for how many years? He kept the house for how many years tadi? 5 years. So that means we're going to calculate times 5. Okay, so what is this? This is the amount of money that he paid to the bank. Okay, let's calculate. We have 4,000 times 12 times 5. That will be 240,000. Okay, settle, eh? Next, what do we have here? After renting, okay, after he got the key, he rented the house for 1,500. So that will comes under in, okay, source of income. Rental 1,500 for a month. But now he rented for how many years? 5 years, right? So how many months in that 5 years? So times 12 times 5. So total income for the rental is 90,000. That's a lot of money. Okay. All right. So after renting, he made a restoration. Restoration, that means renovation lah. So of course money out because he spent, right? So 8,500. Okay, now he wants to sell the house for 500,000. So where should I put my 500,000? Is it in or out? 500,000 in or out? Yes, very good. In. Always the same person yang jawab. Mana orang lain? Okay, so sell. So this one will be 500,000. Okay, any more? Okay, expenses. So expenses, of course, you have to spend. So stamp duty is 5,000. Next, agent commission is 2%, which is the 10,000. And we have lawyer costs or legal costs, which is 8,000. So let's find the total amount for in and the total amount for out. Total in. Okay, so my total in will be 590,000. And my total out will be 306,500. Okay, they ask you to find the return of investment, okay, or return on investment. So ROI lah. So how to find ROI? Okay, I add one question lah. Kalau dia kata find the total return. So the total return will be 590,000 minus 306,500. Okay, you will get, okay, you get 283,500. So ROI, okay, don't forget the formula. What is it? What's the formula? In minus out, isn't it? In minus out over initial. Okay, times 100%. So the in is 590,000 minus the out is 306,500 divided by the original price of the house of 350K times 100%. Okay, can somebody tell me what's the answer? Cuba orang lain pula, asyik orang sama je. Okay, calculate that one. I need to know what is the percentage of the ROI. Okay, I need more answers. Okay, very good. So we have 81. Okay, so what can we say about the investment of siapa nama dia ni? Of Major Fazil. Okay, so we can say that he's a good investor lah. Okay, he know how to invest in the real estate. Okay, so we have 81%. Okay, banyak yang untung dia 81%. Okay, so that's all. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Okay, next one. Okay, we can also use ROI when you want to check the return for shares. Okay, remember for investment, we have what just now? We have shares, we have unit trust, and we have real estate, right? So just now real estate done already. Okay, we look at the house, selling house, buying the house. Okay, now shares. Shares, we have Encik Yusof used 8,000 to buy shares of company M. He received dividend of 200, okay, during the time he was holding the shares. Subsequently, he sold all the shares and received 8,800. So you're going to calculate what's the ROI for Encik Yusof. Okay, this is quite easy. So in and out, same thing. Okay, so 8,000. 8,000 is what? Okay, kalau shares, special case. You have to put under out. Okay, kalau house, no need to put the total amount. Understand or not? Okay, so buy is 8,000. Okay, next, he received dividend. So dividend is source of income lah. So I put dividend under in, which is 200. So he was holding the shares. Subsequently, he sold all the shares. So when he sold, of course, he will get money, isn't it? So that means that will be under in, 8,800. So what's the total in? Total in is 9,000. Okay, what's the total out? It is 8,000. So remember how to find ROI, in minus out. Formula tak diberi ya girls, so you have to memorize this. Very easy, you don't have to worry. In minus out over initial. Oi. Okay, so what's the in? 9,000 minus 8,000 over he spent 8,000 times 100%. Okay, so I nak cepat so I give you the answer. It is 12.5%. So of course he made untung here. Okay, he gained profit. Even though just only 12.5%, okay lah daripada rugi. Okay, alright, so next, let's look at the next one. Okay, on the 1st January 2020, Puan Rohani bought 5,000 units of unit trust share for the price of 1.5, 1.1 ringgit and 20 cent. Okay, so I put in and out. So that means she buys. Okay, she bought. So a buy is 5,000 units. What's the price of one unit? It is 1 ringgit and 20 cent. So multiply this one, you get RM 6,000. This is the amount of money that she spent to buy all the shares. Okay, how many shares altogether? 5,000 units, right? So for the first financial year ending 31st October 2020, the company paid a dividend of 15%. Okay, so dividend is a source of income. So that will comes under in. So 15%. Okay, out of what? Of course, out of the amount of money that she spent just now, or she spent just now, which is the 6,000. Okay, so you calculate, you get RM 900 for the dividend. Okay, on the 1st of November, he sold all the shares she owned at 1 ringgit and 80 cent per unit. Okay, so that means sell will comes under in. So, you see, jumlah keuntungan is 60 cent. Tapi kita tak nak kira untung saja, kita nak kira everything. So that means the 5,000 units multiplied by the new price, which is 180. You get RM 9,000. Okay, any more? Nothing. So you have to calculate ROI. So calculate the total in. 9,900. Okay, what's the total out? Total out is 6,000. So ROI, in minus out, over initial, times 100%. So what's the in, girls? The in is 9,900 minus 6,000 minus the in over initial. Okay, what's the initial? Initial, that is during the 1st January 2020, the amount of money that she spent to buy the shares. So times 100%. Okay, calculate. Okay, you get 65%. So this person here is making profit, okay, from her unit trust investment. Okay. Okay, boleh eh? So if let's say you tak sempat nak salin, you can screenshot first or later you can watch the recording. Okay, now let's look at the last part of this chapter. Okay, of this lesson lah, today's lesson. Okay, I ambil yang penting-penting yang memang rasanya memang masuk exam. Okay, bukan only school-based exam but also SPM. Okay, so next we're going to calculate loan repayment and installment. Okay, favorite question, girls, favorite. Okay, so we have two types of loan repayment. Okay, or the installment. The first one is using the flat interest method. Okay, flat interest method. That means the interest rate will be calculated on the original amount over the term of the loan. Okay, so the amount of interest charged per month is fixed. Okay, all right. So under this flat interest, you will see the formula of I equals to PRT or A equals to P plus PRT. Okay, what's the difference of these two? Okay, so sama je. This one here is actually part of this. Okay, what is the A? A is the total amount. Okay, that means the amount, the P jumlah yang dia pinjam plus the interest. Okay, alright. So when to use I and when to use A? I, when they just ask you to find what's the total interest, okay, over a certain period of time. Or maybe when you were asked to find what is the R, when you're given the total interest, you're given the time, and you're given the P. Okay, so sekarang bila nak guna A ni? Okay, this A will be used when you were asked to calculate monthly installment. Okay, okay, monthly installment or total loan repayment. Okay, please jot down the important two keywords here. Okay, when to use the second formula of A equals to P plus PRT when you're given question like find the monthly installment or find the total loan repayment or find the total loan that he has to pay to the bank. Contoh. Okay, all right, so this is the example of the questions but from the textbook, but I'm not going to discuss this. Okay, jom kita tengok the questions that I give you here. Okay, so Ganesan borrow 18,500 from a bank, okay, with the interest rate of 4.4% per annum. Calculate simple interest. Simple interest girl, senang je. So, I equals to PRT. Okay, calculate now. I equals to PRT. So, what's the P? The amount of money that he borrowed. Okay, now what's the R? So, normally I take this R and I change it to decimal. So, 4.4 over 100. When you press the calculator, you get 0.044. Okay, so 0.044 multiplied by the total time. Okay, so how many years? So it's written here in words. So right here, 3. So the interest is RM 2442. Okay, next for B. Okay, Garrison has to pay the loan with interest rate through 36 equal monthly installment. Calculate the payable amount for each monthly installment. Okay, so calculate this one. That means you have to use what? A equals to P plus PRT. So what's our P, girls? Remember, P is the amount of money that he borrowed lah. So 18,500. What is our PRT? Isn't it the one that we got answer in A just now? Right now, but some formula, PRT. So it is 2442. So adding this will give us RM 20942. Okay, now they ask you for the monthly installment. Okay, girls, you kena faham. Okay, apa maksud dia? Okay, listen carefully. Now he borrows 18,500. After that 3 years, okay, the total amount that he has to pay is 20,940. Why is that? Because, of course, bank wants to make money, right? They will charge you interest. Okay, how much is the interest? This is the interest. Okay, so that means the amount of money that you have to pay after that 3 years you pinjam duit is 20,000. The value will be increasing. Okay, so now how to calculate monthly installment that he has to pay? So I put MI for monthly installment, which is the value of A just now, divided by total months in that 3 years. How many months in that 3 years? It is 36 months. Okay, so divide this one, you get RM 581.72. Okay, apa maksud dia kat sini? Maksudnya, when he borrowed 18,500, the value will increase up to 20 plus thousand. So, to settle all the loan, he has to pay 581.72 ringgit Malaysia to the bank every month. For how long? For that 3 years. Okay, dia kena habiskan sampai the 3 years, barulah clear dia punya hutang. Okay, next. Let's look at question number 2. Liwa wants to buy a Proton Saga. The price of the Proton Saga is 37,000. He paid 6,500 as deposit. Same case when you want to buy house, when you want to buy property that requires a lot of money. Normally you have to pay the down payment first or deposit. Okay, this is the deposit, and the balance is paid through loan with a flat interest of 4% for 7 years. Calculate monthly installment. See? Monthly installment terus you can ingat guna apa? A equals to P plus PRT. Okay, so what is the P? P is the amount of money that he borrowed. Tapi this is a tricky question. This one soalan ni jahat. Kenapa soalan ni jahat? Because, okay, amount of the price of the car is 37,000. But he will pay advance. Okay, this is the total price. So down payment is 6,500. So after dia dah bayar down payment, you tak boleh kata he borrowed 37,000 from the bank. No, you have to minus the 6,500 from the 37,000. So balance yang dia ada, so this balance yang dia pinjam from the bank tau. This is the loan from the bank. Okay, balance will be 37,000 minus 6,500. So when you minus, you get 30,500. Tak adalah banyak sangat dihutang from the bank, betul tak? Okay, kita kalau boleh kita tak nak hutang lama-lama, tak nak hutang banyak-banyak. So when we have extra money, you want to pay high down payment, okay, you can do so. So your monthly installment will be lesser. Okay, alright, so this is our UP, not the 37,000, okay? So 30,500 plus 30,500. What's the R? R is 4%, so 0.04. For how many years he hutang? It is for 7 years. Okay, so you calculate. Okay, so calculating this will give you 39,040 ringgit. So dia hutang 30,500, tapi at the end of the 7 years, he has to pay up to 39,440 ringgit. Why there's such a big gap there? Because of the interest charged by the bank, and that's how bank makes money. Untunglah dia sebanyak 9,000 lebih dekat situ. Okay, so how to calculate the monthly installment? Soalan ni penting girls. So the 39,040 ringgit divided by the amount of months in that 7 years. So how many months in that 7 years? 12 times 7 lah, right? So 12 times 7 will give us 84. So you press the calculator. You get RM 464.76. Okay, so far boleh? Okay, now next one. Okay, question number 3 is very interesting. Okay, diagram shows you advertisement by a licensed finance company. So this is Along. So Ranga made a personal loan of 5,000 from the company, and the repayment term is 2 years only. So what is the amount that he has to pay? So if you look at the advertisement carefully, you see here. This is, alamak, I changed the color. Okay, so the amount of interest is 6%. 6% tu apa? You see here. The monthly interest, not yearly tau. All this while you calculate for A equals to P plus PRT. This R is for year. Now this one they charge you monthly. Cekik darah ni. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, so we use total amount, that means A. A equals to P plus PRT. Okay, how much that he borrowed? He borrowed 5,000, isn't it? So 5,000 here. Now what is the rate? This is for only for 1 month, isn't it? Now we have how many months in a year? Times 12 lah. So times 12 berapa girls? 0.06 times 12. So that means the yearly rate is 0.72. So I put here 0.72. How many years he hutang the Along? For 2 years. Okay, let's calculate that one. 5,000 times 0.72 times 2. Okay, plus with 5,000. You see, you get what? RM 12,200. Tengok you pinjam berapa banyak? This Ranga, he borrowed 5,000 only. But after 2 years, he had to pay 12,200. You see? Jahat tak Along ni? Mana you nak cari duit dah lah. You don't have money, you borrow from them. Okay, you borrow 5,000. Tup-tup, at the end of 2 years, you have to pay up to 12,200. Okay, berganda-ganda mahalnya. Why? Because of this interest. This is the part yang yang orang selalu stuck. Okay, they don't realize that the interest there is stated as monthly, not yearly. Dan mulalah minta tolong MCA lah, minta tolong MIC, minta tolong all the politics party, okay, to help them to pay the hutang. Okay, so you must be careful. Okay, avoid borrowing money from these loan sharks. Okay, even though they kata, oh, we are the personal, we are the licensed finance company, sama saja, itu semua Along. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Remy bought a car for 136,000. 20% is the down payment. He obtained a car loan of interest 3.8% per annum, and he hutang for 9 years. So you have to calculate monthly installment. Okay, jom kita buat sama-sama for this last question. Monthly installment, straight away use A equals to P plus PRT. So you cannot say that my P is 136,000. Cannot. Okay, because we need to calculate the down payment first. So down payment is 20% out of 136,000. Okay, calculate that one. Okay, 136,000 times 0.2. So that means he used his own money for 27,200. So what will be the balance, which is our new P? Okay, new P or the balance is 136,000 minus 27,200. Okay, minus for me, please. Okay, what's the answer that you get? Okay, are you still with me or not? Yes, good, Kaira. Yes, that's the answer. So this is the balance. Inilah amount sebenar that he borrowed from the bank. Okay, not the 136,000 tadi. No. Okay. Why he put such a big amount for down payment? Because this person nak lessen kan, nak kurangkan dia punya apa monthly installment. So 108,800 plus okay 108,800. What's the rate just now? 3.8%, right? So 3.8% divided by 100. What did you get there? Sekejap Okay, you get 0.038. And for how many years he hutang? He hutang for 9 years. Okay, press the calculator. It's 9. Okay. So I got RM 146,009.60 cent. Don't write 0.6 because this is money. Okay, so maksudnya apa? He borrowed 108,000 something. So at the end of 9 years, he has to pay up to 146,000 and 9 ringgit 60 cent. Okay? Okay, that's a lot of money because why? Because of the high interest there. 3.8 I think is quite high lah. So what's the monthly installment? Don't finish there. You still got someone working. So 146,009.60. This is the amount that he has to pay for that 9 years. So how many months in that 9 years? So 9 times 12 lah, because we need to know how many months in that 12 years. So divide, girls. Divide with 108. So answer would be RM 1351.94. Okay, so this is the amount of money that he has to pay to the bank monthly. Hutang bulan-bulan dia. Okay. Alright. So I would like to make a quick summary. Apa yang penting in chapter 3 form 3. Okay, chapter 3 form 3, we're going to look at, okay, tengok balik The most important part is, okay, how to calculate interest. Okay, two ways, which is simple interest, I equals to PRT, and compound interest, MV equals to P, 1 plus R over N to the power of NT. Okay, so next, you need to know how to calculate return on investment. So return on investment, we have two things. The first one, when you buy shares, okay, you have to know how to calculate ROI on shares or unit trust. Sama lah ni. And one more is how to calculate ROI on the real estate. Okay, like buying the house just now. Okay, all right, next, we're going to look at, we're going to look at the how to calculate the loan repayment, okay, or total loan. So we have, okay, the first formula, which is I equals to PRT. And this is actually the formula, part of the formula for A. Okay, when to use A, girls? Okay, when to use A? When you see the keyword apa? Total loan or total repayment. Okay, and you have to use this when you're calculating the monthly installment. But of course lah, monthly installment ni you have to divide by the total months in that certain period of time in the year given. Okay, itu benda yang basic yang you kena master dekat form 3 consumer mathematics. Okay, form 4 consumer mathematics kacang, senang sahaja. Okay, within few days dah boleh settle dah. Form 5 yang a bit difficult, bukan difficult lah, okay. For form 5 girls, for your trial exam, ada tak form 5 dekat sini lagi? Macam tak nampak je. Oh, ada, okay, good. Okay, for form 5 girls, listen carefully. You have to make sure, okay, under consumer mathematics, you got two topics, right? Taxation and also insurance, okay. You must be able to memorize what is the amount for road tax rate. for Sabah Sarawak, and also for Peninsula Malaysia. Okay, do you still remember what is the rate for Peninsula Malaysia? We have to multiply the balance by how much? RM? For Peninsula Malaysia. Untuk I sentuh tak sempat ni. RM21 lah Bella. Salah say. Salah tu. 2030 untuk apa? RM20.30 is cheaper one, right? Cheaper one is for Sabah and Sarawak. Very good. Okay, Sabah Sarawak RM20.30. Remember, this information will not be given in exam. You kena ingat sendiri. So how about Peninsula Malaysia? How much you have to pay? Yes, RM23. Okay, kena ingat sampai mati. Okay, alright. So that's all. Thank you for joining my class. For the Form 5, please take good care of your health. Kalau boleh pakai mask, pergi sekolah pakai mask. Kita tak nak ulang-ulang exam because of COVID. Okay, don't sleep too late, girls. And for the Form 4s, please start studying from now before it's too late. Okay, whatever yang I explain hari ni, jangan lupa. It will be very, very useful for your final exam and your SPM. Okay, alright. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,
Thank you, teacher.
any questions you can ask,